I do actually. This
You
is
know,
where I
Brett,
get most of my
what?
knowledge.
Winters in Boston, Massachusetts are similar to ours. Maybe they're a little bit worse because they get these nor'easters.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah.
That
I remember
was the
one
first
year when
thing
we lived there,
I thought of.
100.
Why do they get
over 100 inches of
nor'easters?
snow.
Why does Massachusetts get nor'easters?
It's the combination of being on the coast and in the north, I think.
Well, this is okay. The first electric streetlight used arc lamps, namely Yablokov candles.
Oh, yeah.
First used in Paris in 1878. And by 1881, some 4,000 were in use, and they replaced gas lanterns on the poles. So streetlights, it depends on whether you're asking about electric ones or not electric ones, because they used gas lantern streetlights for a long time, and it doesn't even tell me when those were first
What do you
used.
think of that answer, Brett?
But there is a Wikipedia page called Streetlight that I would encourage you to investigate.
What's really curious to me, Nora, I don't know which Brett is more interested in simply getting an answer or learning and really understanding the answer. So
See, these are all things that I'm like, oh, that's a really good question. I would
know,
love to
I know,
learn more
a lot of
about it.
Before I forget, I have one question, Brett.
What?
Who at this table is an uncle? Raise your hand if you're an uncle.
Not I.
Brett is an uncle.
You and me.
And your dad's an
I'm an
uncle.
uncle.
Oh, I'll
In
never
fact,
be an uncle.
he's an uncle to Nora.
One of my greatest failings.
Right,
will
aren't
never
you?
be an uncle.
Yeah.
Wait, are you, John? You're not a grandfather yet, are you?
No.
Have you've seen pics?
Wait, oh, but when you said yet, I was like, wait a second.
No.
What is Alex doing that I'm not?
Something in the
But yes,
future.
I have.
Who invented
Congratulations.
streetlights?
You've seen it, okay.
Who?
John, have you seen
Oh, you
pics?
know what? I wouldn't be surprised
okay.
if it was Benjamin
Well, I
Franklin,
think
but
I
that's
went through one or
probably the
two.
wrong answer.
3 weeks.
Um,
Supposed to know that, Mark, Grandpa Mark.
he is 3 weeks last night.
That's not right.
I won't know it that precisely forever, but yeah. Let me bring up some pics here.
So Nora is not an uncle, nor will she ever be.
No.
Unless,
But I
well,
might be an aunt someday.
wait,
I don't plan on it.
if you had a gender operation.
Reassignment.
Right,
Yeah.
It's possible.
So here's
Or I could just identify as that and then decide that I'm uncle.
But which bathroom would you use?
oh 15, yeah, great. BLT.
That's so cute.
Okay. What's turkey avocado? Here we go. Oh, great. That's fine. Thank you.
Get things. We had to stop and get a pair of scissors because her
It
her
is
leggings
nuts.
were too tight and she had to like cut the waist. I mean, yeah, we had to stop frequently because she had to use the restroom a lot.
I was at a diner about an hour and a half southwest of Chicago.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
heavy southern,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
it is unbelievable.
Yeah,
And
it was
you don't
crazy.
have to go way that far south. It's
don't.
crazy.
Now, doesn't Illinois border on Kentucky?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yes, it does because when we just drove to Georgia and we decided to take just, we gave ourselves 4 days to get there and just kind of, just drive wherever we wanted, wake
Yeah.
up and be like, hey, okay, like where are we going to drive today? We think we're going to go to, I don't know, Knoxville or Nashville. Okay, well, it's rush hour now, so we're not going to go to Nashville anymore. We're going to drive around. Anyway, so we decided to stay in Louisville for the night, and there was nothing available. So we're like, okay, we're gonna go just outside Louisville to, I don't know, whatever, these 3 baseball, like Little League World Series
Not
tournaments. No. And every single hotel was booked. And we were like, oh, do you have any open rooms? And they were just looking at us like we were crazy. So I pull up, my phone, I look online, and that weekend was one of the tournaments. And it was a town that was created to have like a water park. They had like something that's similar to Six Flags, because all of the entire state of Kentucky and half of Illinois. It's like we had to keep driving further and further away. We almost backtracked all the way to Illinois, and we ended up staying in a place called Horse Cave, Kentucky.
What was it called?
Horse Cave.
Horse Cave?
Yeah, Horse Cave, Kentucky. It consists of a truck stop and 2 hotels, 1-star hotel and a 3-star hotel. So I stayed in the 3-star hotel. And almost everybody staying there was Amish or Mennonite. We're not really sure which, but there was like the whole exercise room was full of women in their full like gear, in the bonnets and the dresses, running like on the treadmills. And
To that reunion in many years, and it was really good. It was really good to see everyone.
yeah, I hadn't been since I drove with Grandma and Grandpa. Like,
Oh, yeah, when was that?
I have trouble remembering, but I have to assume I was in college. So I didn't get my driver's license until I was until partway through between being 17 and 18.
So
Right,
you
I
went
know.
to that reunion?
I drove them up to Minnesota once in
That
Grandpa's
was,
car.
That was above and beyond the Call of Duty.
And then I flew them up there. I flew up there with them once too, and that was after Grandma had when her Alzheimer's was pretty bad, because she kept like trying to walk away and like take other people's luggage because she thought it was hers, and like Grandpa couldn't see or hear her. Oh, and he couldn't do the moving sidewalks in the Minneapolis airport. It's so big, you know, like you have so much spread in the airport. It was quite the experience. Even then afterward, there was humor in it. Yeah, but I haven't been in. I must have been in college at the time, so not since 2007 at the latest.
Yeah, I mean, we went. Brett, when was the I asked Brett for dates? When was the last time we had gone to that reunion? Do you remember? Before this summer?
2002, when I was 5 years old.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess that was the last time.
wow.
I really enjoyed it.
Good.
Mary was there.
So, Nora, are the Packers going to win tomorrow?
Of course they are. Packers are going to win all the games forever and ever, and they're going to win all the Super Bowls.
I got it. Let me note that.
All you gotta do is just not lose.
So,
Yeah.
It's the only
Score
strategy
one
you need.
What if
Score
Paul
one
and John
or more
lived in
points
Green
than
Bay
they-
instead of Milwaukee?
What if who?
What if Paul and John lived in Green Bay instead of Milwaukee?
Oh, well, you know what? I don't know how much work my dad would have as a jazz musician in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And you'd have, think how far you'd have to come to meet us.
Yeah.
it'd be longer.
And I don't know if
Maybe
they have a corner
another
bakery
2
there.
hours at least. Wow.
I don't think they have a corner bakery in Green Bay.
Oh,
They do or don't?
I don't think so.
When I watch them do the weather for ABC 7 News Chicago, they only show the Chicago metropolitan area, but when I watch them do the weather for ABC 5 Minneapolis when we were at the Millers, they show the whole state. Why did they show the whole state?
Because Minneapolis is a lot smaller than Chicago, and so they probably don't have as much to talk about if they just talked about the news for Minneapolis or the weather for Minneapolis.
so they talk about a larger region.
And it's also
state.
possible that people in Minneapolis are more likely to travel outside of the city, and so they need to know what the weather's
there
going to
you
be
go.
like in the whole state.
Yeah.
That makes
Whereas
sense.
people in Chicago are like, oh,
We got it all here.
I don't think I'm going to go to the southern part of the state
Yeah.
today.
No need to.